look at the last topic on naming of compound. Let us look at polyatomic ions. How can we name polyatomic ions? How can we use polyatomic ion in writing chemical compound? First thing, you have to know the meaning of polyatomic ion. This is the last video on naming of compounds. What is the meaning of what is polyatomic ion? Polyatomic ion is a group of two or more atoms which are covalently bonded or held together, and carries charges. That means polyatomic ion is a group of two or more atoms which are covalently bonded together, covalently held together. Let me put it there. Which are covalently held together and carries what? Charges. That means in polyatomic word ion, if they ask you what kind of bond occurs in polyatomic ion, the answer is for covalent bond. Covalent bond occurs in polyatomic ion. Then, what are examples of polyatomic ion? When you have NO3 minus, that is an example of polyatomic ion. Can you see? This one contains how many atoms? 2 atoms, which are nitrogen and oxygen. They are covalently bonded together, and they carry charge. NO2 ions. When you have SO4 ion, when you have SO3 ion, when you have CO3 ion, when you have PO4 ion, when you have Cr2O7 ion, these are polyatomic ion. These are negatively charged. We can have those that are positively charged, like phosphonium ion. Phosphonium, this one is for phosphonium ion. We have ammonium ion. We have hydronium ion. These are examples of what? Positive polyatomic ion. We have polyatomic ion, which are these. Can you see when you have two or more atoms? For example, HCO3 minus. Here we have 3 atoms: hydrogen, carbon, and oxygen. 2 or more atoms which are covalently bonded together and carries charges. That is what polyatomic ion. Then how do we name polyatomic ion? Let us look at how to name them. We take them one after the other, then we use them to write chemical formula. Let's look at that. In the next 10 minutes, let's look at that. Please don't forget my prefix. We need them. Because I will give you how to name them in 2 ways. Look at this. Let me take these 2 examples. NO3 minus and NO2 minus. When you have NO3 ion, NO3 negatively charged, this one is known as nitrate. When you have one oxygen shorter, it's known as nitrite. That means in nitrite, it has one oxygen shorter than what? Nitrate. Can you see in nitrate there's 3 oxygen. In nitrite there's how many oxygen? 2. We have 2 oxygen here, we have 3 oxygen here. There are 3 oxygen here, there are 2 oxygen here. Whenever you have one oxygen shorter than the normal one, that will be what? ITE. ATE. That means one oxygen higher or more than what? ITE. ATE is one oxygen more than ITE. Or I can say ITE is one oxygen lesser. ITE is one oxygen lesser than ATE. The name of this one is nitrate. The name of this one is what? Nitrite. And there's another way we can name them using IUPAC also. And don't forget, if I want to get the IUPAC name for this, I will calculate the oxidation number of what? Nitrogen here. And I told you, I've taught you how to get oxidation number, how to calculate oxidation number of an atom in a compound, in a neutral compound. But let us look at the one of our polyatomic ion. How can we calculate the oxidation number of nitrogen in this? The oxidation number of nitrogen is unknown, X, plus oxidation number of oxygen, I told you is minus 2. How many oxygen do I have? Times 3. Equal to, this one is not a neutral compound. This one carries what? Charge. It will be equal to that charge, which is what? Minus 1. The charge is minus 1. Supposing it's a neutral compound, then they assume it's a neutral compound. It will be equal to what? 0. Supposing it's a neutral compound, it will be equal to 0. But this one carries what? Charge. It will be equal to that charge, which is what? Minus 1. It will be equal to the charge, which is minus 1. Oxidation number of nitrogen is X, plus oxidation number of oxygen, minus 2. How many oxygen? 3. Equal to charge, minus 1. Then from here, we have X plus times minus 2 will give you minus 2. Minus 2 times 3 will give you what? Minus 6, equal to minus 1. Then from here, we have S equal to what? Minus 1 plus 6. X equal to what? Plus 5. That is the oxidation number of nitrogen in this polyatomic ion is what? Plus 5. Plus 5. Then what is the name of this polyatomic ion? What is 3? 3 is what? Tri. I will say nitrate 5 ion. That is, the name is what? Nitrate 5 in Roman figure. 5 ion. Take note. That's the name. Or you can call it nitrate. Or you can say nitrate 5 ion. Nitrate 5 ion. Nitrate 5 ion or nitrate. Let us get another name for this one if I don't want to use nitrite. I will get the oxidation number of nitrogen in this ion, in this polyatomic ion. Nitrogen is unknown, X, plus oxygen, minus 2. I told you the oxidation number of oxygen is minus 2, except in peroxide, which is minus 1. Then how many oxygen? 2 times 2 equal to, what is the charge? Minus 1. That means I will have X plus times minus 2, minus 2, minus 2 times 2, we have minus 4 equal to minus 1. X equal to minus 1 plus 4. S equal to what? Plus 3. Plus 3. Therefore, what is the name of this? Start from here. 2 is what? Di from the prefix. That means di, oxygen brought, ozo, nitrate 3 ion. In this case, if I want to use that name, I won't use ITE anymore. I won't use ITE. It should be what? ATE. For both. If I want to use the prefix, it should be what? ATE. That is the name of this ion will be what? For this one, NO2 minus. It should be what? 2 is what? Oxygen, ozo, nitrogen, nitrate, it should be ATE. But if I don't want to use prefix. If I don't want to use prefix, I will say nitrite. But if I want to use prefix, I will nitrate 3. In Roman figure, the ion. Can you see? Nitrate 3 ion is NO2 minus. Nitrate 5 ion is what? NO3 minus. And we can use this one to write chemical compounds. For example, if I should ask you, what is the chemical formula of sodium triozonitrate 5. You see, what is the chemical formula of sodium triozonitrate 5? Don't forget, triozonitrate 5 is what? NO3. Abi, you know that this compound, I can also call it sodium what? Nitrate. Because triozonitrate 5 is known as what? Nitrate. I can call this compound sodium nitrate or sodium triozonitrate 5. How can I write the chemical formula of this compound? Two of them are the same. Because I know triozonitrate 5 is the same thing as what? Nitrate. Then sodium triozonitrate 5 is the same as sodium nitrate. How can I write the chemical formula? Don't forget the table I gave to you. That table for the first 20th element. I told you that sodium, group 1 element, they are positively charged. Where you have sodium, lithium, sodium, potassium. Group 2 element, where you have beryllium, magnesium, calcium. They are 2 plus, 2 plus, 2 plus. Group 3 element, boron, aluminium, 3 plus, 3 plus. Let me stop here. We have group 1, this is group 1. This is group 2. Take note, this is what? Group 3. Group 3, take note. Then, how can I write this compound? I know that this is sodium and triozonitrate 5, which is what? Triozonitrate 5 is NO3, and the charge is -1. And first of all, write sodium. Then, triozonitrate 5, the charge is -1. Then, what is the charge of our sodium? It can be found in group 1. The charge is +1. +1 -1. The same figure, different sign. They will cancel each other. Therefore, the chemical formula of sodium triozonitrate 5 is what? NaNO3. Very simple. Take note of that. NaNO3. If I say, what is the chemical formula of calcium triozonitrate 5. I know that, or I can say calcium what? Nitrate. Is the same thing. Triozonitrate 5 is what? Nitrate. Triozonitrate 5 is also known as nitrate. How can I write this chemical formula? Calcium, I say Ca. Triozonitrate 5 is the same thing as nitrate, NO3. The charge is -1. And what is calcium? Calcium is +2 in group 2. What happened? The valency. This -1 will come here, the valency 1. This +2 will come down here. Don't forget, these two, they are together. This is a polyatomic anion. They are together. These two will affect two of them together. And if these two is affecting them together, they will be in bracket. Therefore, you have Ca, this one come here as 1. Then these two will affect these two together. They will be in bracket NO3. Then bracket what? 2. Take note. This is what? Calcium triozonitrate what? 5. Take note of that. Please take note. If I ask you to write, let me rub this one off. If I ask you to write, look at this. For example, I ask you to write potassium nitrate. Can you see this one now? Nitrate. Another name for this one, potassium nitrate, is what? Potassium. What is nitrite? Nitrite is what? NO2 minus, which is what? Diozonitrate 3. I can say it's the same as potassium diozonitrate 3. Potassium nitrite is the same thing as potassium diozonitrate 3. Take note. How can I write this one? Potassium is K. And what is the oxidation number of K? Is group 1 plus 1. Then diozonitrate 3 is the same thing as what? Nitrite, which is what? Nitrite, ITE, which is what? NO2 minus. Plus 1 minus 1, they cancel each other. What do you have? KNO2. Can you see this one? Therefore, if you have KNO2, Look at this. If you have KNO3, what will be the name of this one? Class, what will be the name? What will be the name? It will be what? Potassium triosonitrate 5 or potassium nitrate or potassium NO3 is what? Nitrate or triosonitrate 5. Potassium triosonitrate 5. This one is what? Potassium diosonitrate 3 or potassium nitrate. Hope you get it. Let's move. Let's move to another one. Let's move to another one. Because I don't want to waste time. I don't want to spend too much 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 time on this. Let's go to another one. Maybe I'll just do one or two more, then you can do the rest as an assignment. When you have, look at this. SO4 2 minus, SO3 2 minus. This one, which one has more oxygen? This one. This one is one oxygen lesser than this. This one will be ITE. This one will be what? ATE. This one is what? Sulfates. This one is what? Sulfites. Can you see? It's one oxygen lesser than this. ITE. More oxygen will be what? ATE. The one that has one oxygen more. ATE. The one that has one oxygen less. IT. Then another name for this. I can give it another name. What will I do? Calculate the oxidation number of sulfur. The oxidation number of sulfur X plus oxygen is minus 2. How many oxygen? 4 times 4 equal to the charge minus 2. Don't forget, you have X plus times minus 2 times 4 minus 8 equal to minus 2. S equal to what? Minus 2 plus 8. S equal to what? Plus 6. Another name for this. What is another name? If I don't want to use sulfate, another name will be what? 4 is what? Tetra, using prefix. Tetra, ozo, sulfate 6 ion. Tetra, ozo, sulfate 6 ion. Or sulfate what? Ion. You can say sulfate ion or tetra, ozo, sulfate 6 ion. Sulfate ion, because it's an ion. Let me put ion. I didn't put ion in that one. Ion. It's an ion because of the charge. Sulfate ion or tetraozosulfate 6 ion using this prefix. This one will go 4 tetra. Tetra oxygen ozo sulfate 6 in Roman figure ion. Take note. Can you see? Another name for this one, we have calculate the oxidation number of this. You have X plus oxidation number of oxygen minus 2 times what? How many oxygen? 3 times R3 equal to the charge minus 2. S plus times minus 2 times 3 minus 6. S equal to minus 2 plus 6. S equal to what? Plus 4. What is another name for this? 3 is tri. It will what? Tri oxygen. Ozo sulfate, it will be ATE. I told you it will be ATE. It's only for the short name that we use ITE, but for the IUPAC, when you are using prefix, we use ATE for both. Triozosulfate, the oxidation number 4 ion. Can you see? Triozosulfate 4 ion is for sulfite. Tetraozosulfate 6 ion is for sulfate. Please take note. But if I ask you to write, let me assume I ask you to write magnesium tetra ozo sulfate 6. Magnesium tetraozosulfate 6. Or I can call this compound or Magnesium what? Magnesium what? Tetraoxosulfate 6 is what? Sulfate. Magnesium sulfate. I can call it magnesium sulfate. Tetraoxosulfate 6 is sulfate. How will I write the chemical formula? Magnesium, Mg. The oxidation number is in group 2 plus 2. Tetraoxosulfate 6 is the same thing as sulfate, which is what? SO4. 2 minus. 2 plus 2 minus. The same figure, different sign. The same figure, different sign. They will cancel. What will I have? MgSO4. This chemical formula for magnesium tetraoxosulfate 6. If I ask you to write, let me ask you. Okay, let me see. Sodium triiososulfate 4. Sodium triiososulfate 4. Another name for it, if I don't want to call it sodium triiososulfate 4, I can say it's what? Sodium what? Sodium triiososulfate 4 is what? Sulfite. Sodium sulfite. Is this? How will I write this one? Sodium is Na. The oxidation number plus. Then triiososulfate 4 is the same thing as sulfite, which is what? SO3 2 minus. SO rather 3 2 minus. What are these two? Come to this one. This is plus 1. This plus 1. Valency combining power. Come to this one. You have Na2. Then SO3. This is plus 1. Put it in bracket 1. Since it is 1, there's no need. If you say X4Y bracket 1, that is 4Y times 1 is the same thing as 4Y. That means since it is 1, there's no need to put it in bracket. That means this is what? Sodium triiososulfate 4 or sodium sulfite. Take note of that. You can write so many things. Let us go to the last one. Because we have so many which you can practice on your own. You can practice on your own. We have so many. Look at this. Let me quickly. When you have ACO3, this one is for minus. This one is hydrogen carbonate. Hydrogen carbonate. This one CO3 2 minus. This one is for carbonate. Take note. This one is for hydrogen carbonate ion. This one is for carbonate ion. Hydrogen carbonate ion. Carbonate ion. Another name for this one, I can call it bicarbonate. Bicarbonate. Another name. And I can get the oxidation number of this carbon in it and call it hydrogen triosocarbonate 4 anion. That's another name. Or I can call it, let me see, ACO3 minus. Calculate the oxidation number of carbon here. Calculate the oxidation number of carbon. You have oxidation number of hydrogen is 1 plus oxidation number of carbon X plus oxidation number of oxygen minus 2 times 3, everything equal to minus 1. You have 1 plus X minus 6 equal to minus 1. 1 minus 6 will give you minus 5. Then this one go there, you have S equal to what? Plus 4. The oxidation number of carbon is plus 4. Another name for it, hydrogen. 3 is what? Tri. Hydrogen triosocarbonate what? 4 anion. You can call it hydrogen triosocarbonate 4 ion. Take note. Or you can call it hydrogen carbonate or bicarbonate. This one, CO3 2 minus. You can calculate the oxidation number of carbon. X plus minus 2 times 3 equal to minus 2. X minus 6 equal to minus 2. S equal to minus 2 plus 6. S equal to 1 plus 4. The IUPAC for this one is what? Triosocarbonate 4 ion. 3 is tri. Triosocarbonate carbonate 4 ion. Take note, triazocarbonate 4 ion. Then I can ask you to write chemical formula using the. If I ask you to write chemical formula, look at this. Calcium, hydrogen, carbonate 4. Carbonate 4. That is calcium and hydrogen triazocarbonate 4. This is hydrogen triazocarbonate 4. And another name for hydrogen triazocarbonate 4 is for hydrogen carbonate. I can say calcium hydrogen what? Carbonate. I can call it calcium, another name, calcium hydrogen carbonate. Carbonate. That's another name. Then how can I write this chemical formula? Calcium is Ca. Oxidation number of calcium is +2. Then HCO3 minus, that is hydrogen triazocarbonate 4. Hydrogen triazocarbonate 4 or hydrogen carbonate is HCO3 minus. What happened? This minus 1 come here, we have Ca1. These two, we affect everything here. We come down here, we have bracket HCO3, put what? 2. This is for calcium hydrogen triazocarbonate 4 or hydrogen triazocarbonate or hydrogen calcium hydrogen carbonate. Take note of that. That's that. I can ask you to write sodium hydrogen triazocarbonate 4. How will you write it? Sodium is for Na. Hydrogen triazocarbonate 4, ACO3 minus +1. +1 minus 1, they cancel. That one is for NaHCO3. Take note of that. Let us go. You can write, do this one. You can write on your own calcium triazocarbonate 4 or calcium carbonate. You can write potassium carbonate on your own. You can write what? Magnesium carbonate on your own. Magnesium carbonate means what? Magnesium triazocarbonate 4. Magnesium carbonate means magnesium triazocarbonate 4. You can write sodium carbonate, which means sodium triazocarbonate 4. Try this one on your own. Let us go to this last one because we have so many, but you have to keep practicing. So many, we have so many. Look at this. We have ClO4 minus, ClO3 minus, ClO2 minus, ClO minus. Can you see this one? This one is known as a perchlorate. This one is what? Chlorate. This one is what? IT now. This one is chlorite. This one is hypochlorite. Hypochlorite. Take note of that. This one, another name for it, you can call it tetraoxochlorate. How do you get that? ClO4 minus. Find the oxidation number of chlorine, X, plus oxidation number of oxygen, -2 times 4. Everything equal to -1. S plus times -2 times 4, -8, -1. S equal to -1 plus 8. S equal to what? Plus 7. I can also call it 4 means what? Tetraoxochlorate. Oxidation number 7 ion. Take note. Tetraoxochlorate 7 ion is known as what? Perchlorate. This one will be what? You can try it on your own. Triazoochlorate 5 ion. This one will diazoochlorate 3 ion. This one is what? Ozochlorate what? 1 ion. In JAM, they will give you something like this and ask you to calculate oxidation number of chlorine. Then if I now ask you to write, for example, I say write sodium hypochlorite. Sodium hypochlorite. That means sodium osochlorate 1. Sodium osochlorate 1. That is sodium hypochlorite. That is sodium plus. This one is for ClO minus. They cancel each other. Therefore, you have NaClO. Look at this one. For example, when you have, look at this. When you have this. What was the name of this one? KClO3. This is potassium. This one is for triosochlorate 5 or chlorite. That means I can say the name is for potassium. 3 is for triosochlorate. If you calculate oxidation number of chlorine is 5. Osochlorate 5. Or I can call it potassium chlorate. That's it. That's it. Then try this as an assignment so that we can call it a day. We can call it a day. We have so many. You can pause the video. The one you can understand, please, you can drop a question on the WhatsApp below this video. Please try to subscribe. Press the subscribe button, punch it. Don't press it, punch it. Then share it with your friend. Comment, please, and like. Please help us. If you need any classes online, physical class, you will see a WhatsApp link under this one video. You can join the WhatsApp and ask anyone question from the admin. Take note of that. Try this one when you have CrO4, C2O7, 2 minus, NNO4 minus. You can try this at home. You can try this HSO4, PO4, 3 minus. This one is for, let me give you, phosphate. Then you can get the other name, which is tetraosophosphate. What? Try it. PO3, 3 minus. This one is for phosphate. You can get the other name for it. You can try all these at home. You can try. This is manganese. This is called dichromate. You can get the IUPAC name, dichromate, or get the IUPAC name. If you want to get the IUPAC name, calculate the oxidation number of chromium. Calculate the oxidation number of chromium. Take note of that. Calculate the oxidation number of chromium. Then you now be ether, ozo, dichromate, what? Calculate the oxidation number of chromium. This one, calculate the oxidation number for manganese. This one is for manganese. Then if you want the IUPAC name, calculate the oxidation number of manganese. It will now be tetraozo manganese, what? The oxidation number. Please try all this at home. At this moment, let us call it again. I remain myself, Chairman. Thank you.